if you have, I guess it's arachnophobia, like me, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to sit down in front of a video like this and watch and look at spiders and try to get over the fear of spiders. Bro, I hate spiders, bro. I hate them. They just too mischievous. They just, yeah. This is 25 spider encounters you should avoid watching. Let's try it. Let's try to get through it.
Hello, welcome to a new video. Spiders can be found in almost every corner of the world, with over 45,000 known species varying in size. They inhabit diverse habitats, from the tropical rainforests of South America to the sand dunes of Australia, and even in our own homes.
These spiders are amazing. They live permanently inside a silk-lined tube.
Although many spiders are harmless to humans and, in fact, beneficial to the ecosystem by regulating insect populations. There are around a few hundred known species that can be potentially dangerous. Today, we'll show you 25 encounters with spiders that are best avoided. 25 Sea of Spiders. In a world where the unusual sometimes becomes the norm, 2021 surpassed all expectations with a phenomenon that even the toughest Australians found chilling. After a rain deluge, an ominous sea of spiders emerged, crawling from the saturated land in a desperate search for shelter.
See what I'm saying? The only way to fix this situation is to burn that entire area.
These spiders found solace in forming a gigantic and eerie blanket of cobwebs that stretched across the entire continent. From the lush treetops to the familiar street signs, this video was recorded in New South Wales, revealing the true extent of this spider reign. As floods ravaged the East Coast, everyone had no choice but to flee. The result was an outdoor world transformed into a realm of spiders. Another brave resident showed how their backyard fence had become nearly invisible under a carpet of spiders.
And if they're like that outside, you know they're in your house. And how many of y'all sleep with your mouth open? Yeah, exactly.
Desert spider. Imagine this. You're stranded in the desert of the Dominican Republic, surrounded by the serene beauty of the Verde River crossing. But then, in a sudden twist, you're disturbed by a terrifying encounter with a giant spider.
Help him! Help him! Help him!
Out of nowhere appeared the colossal spider, running at a speed that quickened your heart. However, this wasn't just any spider, it's a gargantuan specimen that seems to have come straight out of your nightmares. British tourists in their Jeep felt helpless, as their vehicle refused to start, and from the tall grass emerged a huge spider, curious and fearless as it moved towards the tourists. The Dominican Republic, known for its rich biodiversity, hosts several species of spiders, including some of the largest in the world. Most notable among them is the giant Hispanulan tarantula, the largest in the Caribbean with legs that can span up to almost 20 centimeters in length. These hairy creatures, known for their striking colors, are a sight to behold from a safe distance, of course. Although the spider in the video didn't pose an immediate danger, its appearance is enough to send shivers down even the bravest spine. Milk spider. In the mysterious world of arachnids, there is a creature that astonishes even the most experienced nature enthusiasts, the milk spider. This amazing creature, which is neither a true spider nor a scorpion, has the unique distinction of being described by National Geographic as a non-spider with pincers equipped with sharp teeth. A group of researchers driven by curiosity decided to carry out a fascinating experiment. They took a whip spider, placed it 10 meters away from its native tree, and observed it. The goal was to see how this extraordinary being would find its way back. What followed was an impressive demonstration of orientation and survival instinct. Whip spiders can be found in dark and humid places such as caves and tropical jungles. Their pair of front legs has turned into long whip-shaped antennae, that they use to detect prey, explore their environment, and communicate. Perhaps the most striking thing about these creatures is their hunting technique. They use their antennae resembling gripping pincers to capture their prey and shred their food with alarming efficiency.
And not only that, do you see how they go from 0 to 100 real quick? Like, they're just walking along, then they see something, and then they just go. React fast. Yeah. I don't like them.
Tree spider. Imagine taking a peaceful walk through a wooded area. The silence is only interrupted by the gentle rustle of the leaves, but then an unusual sight catches your eye. A tree that seems to be covered by a thick layer of hair. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you decide to investigate further the strange phenomenon. The man in the video takes a small twig to see what the hairy tree is, and soon realizes they are thousands of spiders. This tree was found somewhere in Guerrero, a state in Mexico. Guerrero is known for its diverse landscapes ranging from coasts to mountains, providing an ideal habitat for various spider species. While most spiders in Guerrero are harmless to humans, there are some species like the black widow, whose bite can be potentially dangerous. These spiders are masters of weaving and use silk to create intricate webs, serving as traps for unsuspecting prey and as shelters. These silky structures, though delicate, accumulate over time, especially in areas where spiders of this type thrive. Giant spider. The next person walked into their room and suddenly saw a shadow creeping along the wall. At first they were terrified, but upon closer inspection they realized there was a giant spider in the corner of the room, and not just any spider. This creature is as big as a dog, with legs extending like branches. This is the infamous get out of your house as fast as possible spider, a creature so terrifying that just seeing it is time to pack your bags.
And when you see it, you just look at it and be like, oh, my bad, bro. I thought I lived here, but obviously I don't. This place is yours. You know what I mean? I'm going to just leave. I'm going to grab a few things, if you don't mind, and then I'm going to leave. And you bounce. You leave it. It's his house now.
This spider was reportedly found somewhere in Trinidad and Tobago, a country in the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela. It is a Trinidad tarantula and belongs to the orb weaver spider family. But it's not just its appearance that intrigues. They are masters at building webs, creating cone-shaped structures to trap unsuspecting prey. They specialize in hunting flying insects, and their attack is as fast as it is ruthless. With a flash of silk, they immobilize their prey, followed by a deadly bite, after which they devour their catch. So what would your reaction be upon seeing this monster in your room? For many of us, the answer is simple: run. Spider in car. Imagine you're on a car trip on your way to a birthday party, but before you know it, you find yourself in a scene from a horror movie. In this video, we see an Australian family sitting in their car when one of them suddenly sees a large spider crawling inside their car. As you can guess, this immediately triggers a wave of panic. The screams fill the small space as the family trapped in their vehicle faces their worst nightmare. In another video, an Australian woman drives home alone, focused on the road when she sees movement out of the corner of her eye. Instead of stopping, she keeps driving, paralyzed by fear and her heart pounding.
All it takes for the drop into your hair or something, instant car collision. You're gonna run into something because you ain't even gonna be thinking about the road as soon as that thing drop off the ceiling into your hair.
There on the roof of her car was a huge and terrifying spider. For 20 minutes, she continues driving while her unwanted passenger wanders above her. Ground spider. Unfortunately, little is known about the next video, but we see a man holding a camera and seeing something large and terrifying inside a hole in the ground. If this is near your home, it's likely to give you a big scare, as who knows how many more spiders could be present. In the video, the person tries to touch the huge spider at one point, and you can see it slowly backing away. However, some people in the comments claim that the creature is not a spider, but a crab, specifically a coconut crab. They are the largest land arthropods in the world, mainly found on islands in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, including Australia, Indonesia, Japan, and the Philippines. What do you think this person captured with the camera? Could it be a giant spider or maybe a coconut crab? Let me know in the comments. Spiders on body. This is Tom Buchanan, an Australian boy who set the record for the most spiders on his body in 2005. Yes, you heard right. Most people wouldn't want to experience this even in their worst nightmares. But Tom voluntarily allowed 125 spiders in a row to crawl over his body, earning him a place in the Guinness World Records. However, there was another man who went even further. Daniel Giovanoschi had 200 Chilean pink tarantulas walk on his body for 30 seconds on Italian television. The mere idea probably sends shivers down your spine. He appeared on the television show Lost Ove Day Record, a program famous for its extraordinary attempts at records. This moment was not only a test of courage, but also a fascinating insight into the human spirit and how far someone is willing to go for fame.
I don't know how they did it. I would have had to go somewhere in my mind, and I mean somewhere far in my mind, to where the only thing that's present is my body, and I don't know what's going on. I need that out of body experience in order to deal with that experience. No.
Giant mother spider. This Australian man was looking for the light switch when suddenly he stumbled upon a nest of hunting spiders. But that's not all. He discovered even more. If you looked closely, you could see behind the spider's nest a giant mother spider, probably protecting her nest. These spiders don't build nests the way you'd expect. Instead, they choose these surprising places like walls or door frames. They usually prefer natural hiding places like tree bark, leaves, or rocks, but they also cleverly use man-made structures. After laying eggs, the female usually stays close to the egg sac to guard and protect it until the spiderlings hatch. During this period, she may react aggressively to any potential threat near the nest, including humans, and then comes the worst part. After the baby spiders hatch, they disperse from the nest, and each goes its own way, seeking its own hiding places and hunting grounds. Russian spider.
Dang.
In the next video, we see some people taking a boat ride when suddenly they encounter something spooky. This incident was captured in Samara, a city in Russia located almost 1,000 kilometers east of Moscow. Here, the Samara River flows into the Volga River, the longest river in Europe, with a length of almost 3,530 kilometers. As they approached the bridge, they came across a mutated spider about 2 meters long resting on the side of the bridge. Unfortunately, it's not clear if this spider is real or not, but can you imagine if this encounter happened at night? In the twilight, you could almost believe it's a creature from another world.
Oh, if it happened at night, I don't care if it's real or fake. You know what I mean? At that point, I don't even care. I just need to get far away from it.
However, as they continue boating, they realize there are several large spiders on the bridge. This is the kind of encounter that will stay with them for a long time, especially if you're afraid of spiders. Time for the fancy topic. Now that's what I call a big spider. But is it real or fake? A lot of city folks think this is a total fake. But I went out to meet the people who live in this deep, dark forest, and they told me a different story. This spider is known to eat deer. That's right, full-grown deer. And it won't hesitate to snack on a human or two if they get too close. So far, it tends to stay away from the human settlement. But they aren't taking any chances and have employed NASA to build them a special spider spotting satellite.
Yeah, they better do something, because first of all, this thing is real, number one. Then number two, if it's real and it's eating deer, then humans is next. The deer ain't nothing but a gateway to humans.
What do you think of that? Let us know in the comments. Milking spider. The Australian Reptile Park is known for its venom milking program. This milking refers to the process of carefully extracting venom from spiders in a controlled and safe manner. It involves gently stimulating the spider's fangs to release venom, which is then collected for later use. The venom obtained is used in the production of antidotes. The antidote is a treatment containing specific antibodies capable of neutralizing the effects of the venom when administered to individuals who have been bitten. It's a life-saving therapy for those bitten by venomous spiders and snakes. So, while milking these deadly creatures may seem a bit strange, it's actually an act that saves lives. Every drop of collected venom contributes to creating the precious antidote that can be used in an emergency. Toilet spider. Here's a reason why you should always, and I mean always, look under the toilet, especially in a public bathroom.
Or as my wife say, she don't use public restrooms at all. And after this, I might be the same way.
The next incident occurred in a restaurant, and it turns out that spiders, like many other creatures, need water to survive. Bathrooms, especially those with high humidity or moist environments, can attract spiders in search of a water source. Bathrooms often have undisturbed areas, such as corners, cabinets, or under toilet seats, where spiders can find refuge. These areas provide a safe and secluded environment for spiders to rest and build their webs. Spiders are natural predators and often feed on insects. Bathrooms, especially if they have windows or openings, can attract insects like flies, ants, or mosquitoes. Therefore, spiders may be drawn to the bathroom to capture these insects as a food source. Trapdoor spider. Imagine this. You're walking through the forest and suddenly you come across a peculiar object resembling a door in the ground. You become very curious and decide to tap it with a stick, and suddenly a spider jumps out. It's a trapdoor spider.
You can see, yeah, in there. You see it? No, he's in there.
These masterful architects of the spider world build ingenious shelters in the ground with a trapdoor. The silk line.
That's so smart. Bro, I gotta give it to them now. Even though I hate them, they're pretty intelligent.
And shelters have a vertical tunnel leading to a chamber where the spider resides. But this isn't just any door, it's a trap door. And here is where the true nature of these spiders comes to light. They are ambush predators that wait in their shelters for the vibrations of unsuspecting insects or small invertebrates passing by. At the slightest sense of movement, they leap out and seize their prey. Bird-eating spider. In this video, we see a giant bird-eating spider in the Amazon jungle devouring an opossum. However, it's highly unlikely for spiders to feed on opossums, as they tend to be much larger than the prey spiders typically hunt. These spiders mainly feed on insects, smaller spiders, and sometimes small vertebrates like lizards, birds, and rodents. There are documented cases of these spiders capturing prey as large as marsupial rats in the Amazon jungle. So in this video, we witness an extremely rare moment where the spider manages to overpower and consume an opossum. These spiders are highly adapted to their environment and have developed unique hunting strategies to catch their prey. They can also reach a body length of up to 10 centimeters and a leg span of up to 28 centimeters. So, the next time you venture into the Amazon jungle, keep your eyes open. You never know what creature you might encounter. Daddy long legs. A man named David Wick, along with his sons, stumbled upon a large nest of daddy longlegs spiders somewhere in the woods.
Look at all of them.
These spiders are known for their delicate and slender legs, often much longer than their bodies. But here's a reassuring fact. They lack venomous glands and mainly use their long legs to sense their environment and capture prey by tossing them onto the ground. Despite their creepy appearance, these spiders are actually incapable of biting or causing harm. But still, the question remains, how much money would it take for you to stick your hand into a nest of daddy long-legged spiders? Let me know in the comments. Tarantula. Tarantulas are the largest spiders in the world and can easily cover your entire face, with up to 900 species varying in size, but most have a body length of about 8 centimeters and a leg span of up to 28 centimeters. However, the Goliath bird-eating tarantula takes the crown with a leg span of up to 30 centimeters. They are impressive creatures, with some species, like the Brazilian wandering spider, have particularly potent venom that can cause severe reactions. Others raise their threatening front legs, displaying their fangs. But do they bite? This is usually their last resort. Black Widow.
Do they bite?
It was a normal day for Jackson Lenders, a
Do they bite? Yeah, who want to stick around and find out? Not me.
writer for the New York Times, until an encounter with a Black Widow turned his life upside down. It all started with putting on his boot. What he didn't know was that there was an unwanted guest inside it. He described the bite as subtle, just a prick, but the consequences were anything but that. Before he knew it, he was in a wheelchair on the way to the emergency room, and his body was rebelling against the neurotoxic venom coursing through his veins. This Black Widow wasn't just any spider. It was a southern Black Widow known for its potent venom. A bite from such a spider is no joke. The venom, a cocktail of various toxins, attacks the nervous system, causing a range of symptoms. If you live in an area where these spiders are found, always check your shoes before putting them on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now more often. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why haven't you been doing that? Like, start checking your shoes. Stop being in such a rush. Slow down and start checking your shoes before you put them on.
Huntsman. The next person was at home, looking at the ceiling, and saw a nest of spiders with a gigantic mother spider behind. They got the scare of their lives and suddenly found themselves in a scene straight out of a video game. The creepy part is the gigantic spider that seems to be the mother of all spiders, hidden in the shadows of her web, surrounded by a sea of her offspring. Imagine if you were this person and encountered this in your house. While it might seem like something out of a nightmare, there's another side to the story. These huntsman spiders, with their various colors and patterns, play a crucial role in the ecosystem. They're heroes that help control populations of various pests, like cockroaches and flies. So, as terrifying as they may seem, these spiders are actually allies in our day-to-day lives. Habafofi. This is the legendary Habafofi, a mythical creature said to inhabit the dense tropical jungles of the Republic of Congo and other parts of Central Africa. The Habafofi, better known as the Congolese giant spider or the living fossil spider, is shrouded in folklore and mystery. This giant spider, larger than an adult human, is said to have a leg span of around 1.8 meters or more. Its name, which means giant spider in the local Bantu language, conjures up images of a creature so terrifying it seems straight out of a horror movie.
No way. No way. Y'all heard the size. Just like they said. No way. Ain't no way I'm believing it. If it is, bro, Lord help us.
According to local legends and eyewitness accounts, the Habafofi builds huge and intricate webs between trees and is known for its aggressive behavior. This nocturnal creature hunts in the darkness, capturing small animals, including birds and mammals. But does this extremely large hunting spider really exist? Or is it just a myth? Opinions are divided, but one thing is certain. The thought of the Habafofi terrifies many. Huntsman on leg. Yvette Diet is the health minister of Queensland, Australia, and during a press conference, she felt something crawling up her leg. While all the cameras were focused on her, she surprisingly remained calm. A huge huntsman spider was crawling up her leg, seemingly unaware or indifferent to the seriousness of the situation. With a mix of amazement and mild concern, she exclaimed, "Can someone please remove this spider from me?"
Can someone please get that spider?
The place
Remain calm. I'd have flipped that podium over, them cameras, microphones. I'd have been hitting that. Bro, ain't no way. Kudos and shout outs to her.
quickly filled with sympathy and curiosity as everyone watched how the situation unfolded. The huntsman spider, known for its size and agility, temporarily interrupted the press conference. While the woman received assistance, the spider quickly escaped. Mass of huntsmans. Imagine the horror of walking into a room only to discover that it has become a breeding ground for a twisted mass of huntsman spiders. This happened to a family in Australia, where these spiders decided that a bedroom was the perfect place to welcome their new generation. While the idea alone is enough to make your skin crawl, these spiders, fortunately, are not aggressive. Plus,
So?
they keep their home free of other unwanted pests. However, they're more interested in catching insects than in you. Giant spider. An Australian couple arrived home after a night out and saw a spider on their window as big as a cat. Even their cat, usually the household hunter, recoiled in fear. However, this gigantic spider is no ordinary sight. Admired and feared huntsmen, spiders are incredibly fast, masterful climbers and can easily navigate vertical surfaces and ceilings. And now, in this house, it seemed like this spider had claimed its new domain, leaving the couple with no choice but to keep all possible entry points securely closed. But here's the irony. Despite their terrifying appearance, huntsman spiders are often seen as bringers of luck in Australian folklore. They're known as shed spiders or garden spiders, and are appreciated because they help control the insect population.
I believe it.
Escaped spider. A YouTuber named Whitig Exotis focuses on exotic animals, particularly tarantulas, invertebrates, reptiles, and amphibians. He's driven by a lifelong fascination with the diversity of the natural world and has a keen interest in arachnids and insects. In this video, he tries to capture a venomous tarantula that had escaped from its enclosure located in one of his rooms. According to the man, this spider is one of the most dangerous in the world, so he must be very careful.
Dangerous in the world. And you let it escape? See? No. That's why a lot of people shouldn't be allowed to have these exotic quote unquote pets and different things like that. They're not responsible enough for me, fam.
As we see, he brings a container to try to capture the spider, but it doesn't go as expected. Hopefully, he eventually manages to capture the spider safely. Giant climbing spider. In the following video, a man from Russia wakes up, and as he looks out his window, suddenly sees a gigantic spider climbing up the building in front of him. This incredible moment took place in July 2014, and
CGI.
thanks to him grabbing his camera, we have the evidence. What he captured was truly amazing. A gigantic spider making its way through a building, so large it looked like it had escaped from a prehistoric world. Millions of years ago, in various periods of Earth's history, animals, including spiders, were significantly larger than their modern counterparts. These giant proportions were made possible by the abundance of food sources and an atmosphere rich in oxygen, allowing animals to absorb more energy and maintain larger bodies. But what would a spider of this size eat in the modern world? Would it feed on large animals, or perhaps devour vehicles in one gulp? While the answer to this question remains a mystery, it opens up a fascinating discussion. Squashed spider. The person in this video encountered a spider in their house and thought it was a good idea to squash the spider with their broom. However, they shouldn't have. After squashing the spider, suddenly hundreds of tiny spiders emerge. This phenomenon is known as spider burst and occurs when the mother spider, in this case, a wolf spider, is squashed. This allows all the baby spiders traveling on her back to scatter.
Oh, so it was like Octomom. She just had a lot of different babies and stuff around.
After mating, the wolf spider or female carries her eggs in a silk sac attached to her abdomen. When they're ready to hatch, they remain in the sac until it reaches its first stage. Once molted, they climb onto the mother's back.